Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're returning, and if you're new to my channel, thanks so much for being here. If you'd like a private reading, they're currently available, and the link to my shop is in the description box below. Also, if you'd like to show your support and view extra readings, you can do so by becoming a member of my channel. So click the join button below and you'll see all the information there in terms of the different tiers that are available. Welcome to my new members, by the way, you're much appreciated. You can also show your thanks and gratitude by clicking the thanks button below. Or you can also send donations via my PayPal. The link is in the description box below. Thank you so much to those of you who sent donations, it's much appreciated. It's a nice way for us to have an energy exchange between us. So for this reading, I've been guided to look into global broadcasting corporations. So obviously I'm mainly talking about TV here. I'm not going to name any in particular because I feel it's the same actually across the globe in terms of these corporations. Just start by asking you, do any of you have a TV? Do you watch TV? Your choice, obviously. I don't have a TV, and nor do I watch one. I have my own reasons for that. Some of you, if you do watch TV, may change your minds after this reading, but this isn't to sway you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Trust your intuition. To start with a funny little anecdote, I remember this morning a workman came into my home a couple of years ago, and I didn't have much in here anyway actually because I'd only just moved in, and I remember he said, "Oh, you don't have a TV?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Ah, you're a reader." And in my mind I was thinking card reader, you know, because that's what I spend my time doing quite a lot. Obviously he meant books, but I just had a little chuckle to myself. I do read books as well, actually. But yeah, I thought that was quite funny. So anyway, a bit of information that I've been guided to share with you all, first of all. It's quite similar to the government readings I've done, because there's a link between the government in various countries and these broadcasting corporations, I believe. But what I'm hearing is there's a small group of energies that control it all. Their agenda is to share the same narrative globally. I was hearing propaganda, lies. Subliminal messages are something they use in programs and ads. In particular, just be mindful, you know, of ads, actually. I was getting that sometimes there are images planted in ads, they're sort of hidden, or words that they use, key words, almost like hypnotism, you could say. There's one agenda, and it's to control and brainwash the world, I feel. To create fear, confusion and distractions. So, you know, some of these programs people focus on, they get addicted to them. Some of them create fear in terms of the stories they're telling you, and confuse you in terms of the different lies and stories you hear. But, you know, let's look at it this way. If you look globally at different news broadcasters, let's look at that. They all share the same story because it's all just fed from these energies down, trickles down like a web, and they all say the same thing. There's no alternative, you know, oh, but hang on, it could be that, let's explore that. That's what true journalism is. But we don't see that, unfortunately. on the screens. Now, behind the scenes, I've been getting that there's another business there. It's secret. There's a ring network. I'm sure you can deduce what type of ring. And lots of cover-ups, which is something I see a lot in terms of the crime cases, that I cover quite a lot in my readings. And I just notice the similarities in a lot of these cases, and I know a lot of you do as well. Same storyline. And it's all covered up. So they're fed, again, in the news, they're fed the same information that goes out, and that's the story. And that's the end of it, in their eyes. So there's that as well. And I was also getting that trafficking happens. A code word here, P file, I'm sure you can work out what that is. I don't want to say the word in case that's flagged. So yeah, there's a lot more to these broadcasting operations than we think. I'm just going to mention actually another thing in terms of the UK one. So around the world, I'm not sure if it's the same, but we have a licence fee here. Now, as I said, I don't have a TV, so I don't pay a fee. But the energy that I get from that corporation, I'm not going to name them, obviously, is that it's very dark. I don't know if any of you have experienced this, if you don't have a licence. Their letters and communication are very threatening. So if you don't have a licence, you do like a no TV declaration, which I've done. But they'll send letters saying, if you don't fill this in within 14 days, we'll send people to your house, threats. Awful. The language they use is awful. So I really don't like their energy, and I don't see why they feel they have the right to send those letters either. If you don't have a TV, that's it. They don't rule you, they don't own you. We're not obliged to have a TV or a licence. So yeah, anyway, I'm quite passionate about that because of the experience I've had. And within the 2 years as well of no declaration, I've sometimes had other letters come through saying, please can you confirm that you still don't have a licence? And I just think, why are they pestering people, annoying people? I mean, I've even seen stories of them knocking on people's doors, being quite aggressive. So it says it all, doesn't it? What's it like in your country if you're in another country? Have any of you experienced things I've said about? So I'm going to get some cards now as well, and just see if we get any other clues. So from what I've said, let's see if we can get anything else on the agenda behind these corporations. Wow, everyone. You can't make this up. So we've got an emperor that's come out here. See, we've got one energy there with the globe in his hands, wanting to rule the world. If you've seen my UK government readings, you'll have seen that I had an emperor pulling the strings of the puppets that we see. So this is the same emperor, I believe. I did feel it's a group of energies, but I feel, yeah, there's this one emperor one dark energy at the top who rules everything. So that's their agenda. There's the answer. And it's a very heavy energy. The Ten of Wands is burdens, heavy, someone who's weighed down by all the fear and lies that they're fed. I'm seeing this, like this backpack here with wands. It's all like the stuff people are fed, and then they carry that round with them in the world. Yeah, brainwashing, as I said. Fear, lies, illusions. People feeling heavy. This is a heavy energy, and that's what they want for people as well. There you go. There's their agenda. So let's just get anything else as well behind the scenes at this, well, at these corporations. I mean, it will be slightly different around the world, but I do see that they're all controlled. As we can see in this card, you know, this is like all the countries around the world, and this energy is holding the world in their hands. They want to control the world, and they have done for a long time. People just haven't realised it. But if you switch off that TV, like I do, and listen to your inner TV, you know, put your aerial up, listen to the divine messages that come through, you'll get a completely different picture. See things very differently as well. Okay, so anything behind the scenes. Notice this energy is dark, and this is the population, light. You know, we are all spiritual beings. Wow, everyone, behind the scenes. Okay, first of all, the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing this as exchanges, contracts, you know, business, as I got from my channeling. I've got to call this one out. We got the Six of Cups, and notice the children in this card. Wow, that's the heavy energy coming through there in terms of what goes on. Seven of Swords, lies, deception, deceit, betrayal, as I felt. In terms of what they really do. And people pay these corporations for this. People don't realise this. Obviously, they think they're paying to view stuff, which keeps them trapped, but they're also sort of keeping these other businesses going. Come to your own conclusions, obviously make your own decisions. Yeah, see, this person's holding a wand. See, so the manipulation of the public is what they do behind the scenes. They create things that are an illusion with the wand. There's the other brainwashing, other stuff, hypnotism. You know, it's all carefully planned out. And we've got death, which speaks of a transformation, a change. Lots of things happen behind the scenes. Now, what I'm getting with this, with the water, is the transportation that came through. Obviously, we've got children here. Yeah, this is all commanded by this one energy in particular. It's covered up. So when we see news stories come out about particular high-profile individuals, there are quite a few in the UK I can think of who were linked as well to the Broadcasting Corporation. We are fed lies. It's come out here. This is what goes on behind the scenes. Lies go out about what happened. It's like people are dumbed down in terms of what's shared, but people are waking up. This is what I'm also seeing behind the scenes. People are changing their views. I mean, the story that's springing to mind right now is a particular newsreader in the UK. Won't mention the person, HG as their initials. And that person got off. They didn't get sentenced. You know, it involved children in that case. I mean, how are these people getting away with it? Well, because it's all linked. The government, these corporations, our justice system, it's all linked. That's how this continues, I believe. That newsreader and other energies like that should be locked away and the key thrown away. But you know, they're covering up for their own, if that makes sense. You know, these organisations, that is, they just cover up lies and deceit because they're all in it together, basically. So it's quite disgusting when you realise that. Okay, anything else we may see behind the scenes? Well, no surprise at all to see this card. If you've seen my UK government readings, you'll know this card's come out. It says enemy. So here's the enemy. That's what I said there. The energy, I wanted to say, behind the scenes, pulling the strings. So that Emperor energy there. They control the people we see on the screen in terms of what they say, what they do. And if they speak out of turn in any way, they're dismissed. So we've got that energy there. The wizard behind the curtains. This card says loss of money. Yeah, I believe they have lost money because of what people are starting to realise. I'm seeing that here with news, like people are finding alternative news sources and starting to find stuff out. With the stuff that does come out, you know, about these high profile individuals, people are turning their backs. I believe a lot of people have. They've stopped paying their TV licence as a result. You know, it's like a protest. Some sort of communication here. See if I can get anything else on that. Behind the scenes, some communication around a loss of finances. Yeah, quite a heavy energy here. So they're quite burdened, I feel. There's some conflict there behind the scenes, yeah, because I feel there's more going on than meets the eye. Actually, it's not just people turning their backs. I believe something else is happening here, something divine intervention in terms of their longevity and, you know, retaining that license fee as well. I believe that may be abolished. So actually, let's ask that. What will happen to these broadcasting corporations, companies, whatever label you're going to put on it? Well, we got the Sun, everyone, the most positive card in the deck. So I believe things will turn around, become positive. We've got the Star as well, which shows healing and hope. So there is hope for a positive future. See, the Five of Cups speaks of loss. For them, I believe, because we've got the Devil as well, those dark energies are going to face a big loss, I believe. I'm seeing that we have some sort of protection here. This card is about people speaking their mind. So I do believe in the future there'll be a shift, and we will hear, you know, like the light here, overcoming the dark. We will hear the truth. We've got a very confident energy here, who I believe will help us make this shift, create something new, because she's got a wand, but this is a positive energy, I believe. With the cat, I'm getting, because cats are independent, independent broadcasters. So a bit like what we have, I guess, here on YouTube, you know, because a lot of people even come to YouTube, don't they? Although there is obviously censorship, but independent people can speak out and be their own journalists, and I think that's what a lot of people want. That's the shift I see happening. People are moving away from mainstream TV, and if they're not now, they will in the future, I believe. So we're going to have a lot of healing in the world, I believe, as a result. Two things. First of all, healing from what people find out about these dark energies, forces, but also healing moving forward, you know, healing energies that go out there, no longer these dark agendas that have been playing out behind the scenes. See, it's interesting, we've got dark and light coming out here. And obviously we need some dark and light in the world, but it's been imbalanced with this energy being in control. But with the Star Sun, I feel light overcomes the dark. Just keep seeing this one like a truth speaker here, coming out of the dark. Could start with one energy that does this, and then other people follow. I'm getting a broadcast as well coming out here, so when this ends, this could be during a blackout. Check out my blackout reading if you haven't seen it. I feel there's some sort of broadcast potentially, and things change. Yeah, wow. Everyone, the Empress. This card comes out a lot. It's been coming out a lot in my government readings. Because this speaks of something new, birthing something new, creating something new. I always get Mother Nature with this one as well. So, you know, natural broadcasts. If that makes sense. You know, light energies. Yeah, you can't make this up, everyone, can you? With the imagery. People are going to work hard to create this shift, to create these new corporations or new individual stations, let's say. It's going to be very healing. And here's light overcoming the dark in this card. See the sword pointing down, negative. And here's that one energy that I see that starts this, that speaks up, speaks out against them. So we can still have dark, obviously. When I say dark, I mean people who are a bit more negative, you know, we should have healthy debates. But that's not allowed in our world. You know, if we look at all the agendas that have happened, you know, health is another one that's coming through, but that's another reading. We've just heard one story, and that's been the agenda from these energies, rather than let's hear the other side. What do other people have to say? That's a fair world. We got the Three of Cups, celebration, community, people coming together, collaborating. Wow, Ten of Cups as well. Happily ever after. I'm just noticing the children in this card, so I'm just getting this feeling of safety for children in the world. You know, children that come into this world, there'll be healing and new beginning, I believe. Wow, so we got quite a lot from that reading. Really hope you've enjoyed this reading. This is what I've been guided to share. Let us know in the comments your thoughts as well. Thank you so much for being here. Sending peace, love and light to you all.